Let me think. What do I got on my mind this week? There was 2 instances this week where I visited someone, and then where I had some visitors at my house as well. And it just kind of, I was kind of chuckling a little bit, and I've heard stories or I've heard, comedians do certain sets on this type of thing. But I was thinking about when you're a visitor or when people are visiting you, there's a certain etiquette. It's that part of life that we all have where there's unwritten rules. Like there's no manual for how to act when you're visiting someone's house or how to act when someone's visiting your house or vice versa, all that. There's no written rules. There's some certain etiquette, some certain practices that I think some of us have been taught, right? There's no manual on it, but there's some things that struck me when I was a visitor and when someone was visiting me. And so I'm asking you who's listening today, what are a few unwritten rules possibly about visiting when you're in someone else's house or when someone comes to your house? What are some of the things that may not be written down, but you've been taught, man, we just don't do that. I never used to do that. I can't do that. Or I can't believe they did that. What are some of the things? What are the rules? Let's see if we can't kind of narrow some things down and get the record straight, because I know that, people act differently. People act differently when they're visiting, and people act differently when I'm visiting. The first thing, so let's look at it, right? The first question that I have for everybody listening, please give me a comment and let me know. And that's the driveway. The driveway. What is the unwritten rule about the driveway? Because when I'm going to visit somebody, am I supposed to park on the street or can I pull into the driveway? Now, I understand that some people, not understand, but I have heard both sides of the story. Some people say, hey, you're visiting somebody, you park on the street as a visitor. That's where visitors park. And, you don't park in the driveway. We may need to get out or come in or so forth and so on. And then I've heard other people say, well, look it, man, I'm coming to visit you. This is kind of where I land really when I'm coming to visit you. Typically, when I go visit people, I'm going to let you know. If there's space in the driveway, I'm pulling into the driveway. I mean, that's your property, right? I'm there to visit you, right? So why wouldn't I pull onto your property? The street technically is public property, and therefore I'm not even at your house. Okay. I'm out on the public street. So personally, I do pull in the driveways. Let everybody know. Now, party foul. If your car is a bucket and you're dripping oil, not even if it's a bucket, but if you're just dripping oil, if you're dripping any type of liquids, you should know it. If you don't know if your car is dripping liquids, go outside right now, roll around underneath your car, and then get up and see if there's anything on you. That means you're leaking something, okay? If it's not just dust and dirt and car tire marks, then you're leaking something. You should not pull into anybody's driveway ever if you're going to leak on their driveway. I get that part. I get it 100%. When you go visit somebody, do you pull into the driveway or not? Do you park on the street? When someone comes to visit you, do you expect them to park on the street or park in your driveway? Is your driveway open for anybody to park as long as they're not going to jack it up? Or do you rather them stay on the street? So that was the first thing. Visiting, unwritten rules of visitation, right? In your house. I told you, I pull in the driveways. If I'm coming to visit you, my car does not leak. And so I'm going to just go ahead and pull up into your driveway, right? Now, the funny thing is, and this is me only, so don't turn to a male or a man near you and say, what's your deal? But I don't really like people parking in my driveway. When I'm visiting you, I like to park in your driveway. If you come visit me. I don't really like anybody parking in my driveway. And probably the only thing is because it's inconvenience. Like I don't enjoy walking up to somebody and saying, hey, you know what? I need you to move your car. Now, most people, they don't mind. They're going to pop out, they're going to move the car and, we'll be on their way. But it just seems like in most activities or most events that are at my house, it seems like I'm always the one who's got to run in and out. Like I'm going to do something. We forgot oil. We need this or we need that. So, parking in the driveway, when you're parked behind the owner's vehicles, you have to either be ready to move at the drop of a dime. You can't be in a conversation. You can't be in the pool. Oh, where's my keys? Or, you can't be all of that. If you're going to park in the driveway, you have to be accessible and available to move whenever they need you to move, right? Or whenever I need you to move, right? So, parking in the driveway. That's one thing. Let me know. Do you park in driveways or not? I don't know. What's another one? Tour. So sometimes when I go to people's houses and it's the first time I've been there, it's a nice house, lovely house, or whatever it is, and they want to give me a tour of the house. And there's been times when people have come to my house and we live in an upstairs, downstairs. So a lot of times, especially the first time visiting, hey, you know what? Let me show you the house. And so, what is your rule? What is your practice on tours of your house? Do you show from a distance? Do you get all the way in? Do you show them every last room? Do you kind of open up a door and say, hey, this is what it is, and then close the door? Or how do you do tours around your house? What's crossing the line? What's not enough and what is too much? You know, I'll tell you that me personally, I'm a little bit of a private guy. And so when we're doing a tour, there's one area where my wife sometimes takes people into, or sometimes we've had people who have just gone right in. But the master bedroom is really kind of something that's kind of, here's the master bedroom. Like I might even point from it, you know, the door may be open, but I'm just going to point, that's the master bedroom. Yeah, let's keep on rolling. The master bedroom, you don't need to see the master bedroom, right? You don't need to see the master bathroom on your tour. That's just me, right? The master bedroom, master bathroom, my inner space, my sanctuary, my spot. You know what I mean? You need to know that it exists, but you really don't need to know the details. That's just me. What about you? When you give tours, you give them the whole tour of the whole house? Do you slide them through the master bedroom all the way back into the master? Oh, this is my big walk-in closet over here. Isn't it nice? Man, and I don't even know where I got it from, but that is like a complete and total encroachment. Like I get real uncomfortable with that. Tours for me are just perimeter. Hey, look over there. Yep, that's an extra bedroom. This is the office over there, and this is over here, and that's over there, right? That's really, for me, that's how tours are done. When you're visiting someone and they give you a tour, are you interested in looking at everything? That's the other thing. Man, I'm just an unusual guy, but man, I you know, your house is great, love it. I mean, one bedroom is another bedroom, or you know, one loft is another loft. Oh, I love what you did with your loft. I don't know. I'm not really interested in a whole lot of that. Like I could stand in the living room of the house and kind of get the full general layout of the whole house and say, man, yeah, this is dope, dude. Yeah, nice house. I like this. I like this house. I don't need to go room to room to room. Okay. My wife, she'll give you a tour. She'll take you room to room to room. Maybe that's just what females do. I'm not sure, but I'm good. And when you come over, if I'm the main host and you don't have a tour guide, then you will probably just get a directional pointing. So that's tours. Oh my goodness. Visiting, unwritten rules when you visit someone or when someone visits you. Unwritten rules. Where's the rule book? What do you allow? What do you not allow? What gets on your nerves? What doesn't get on your nerves? What do you feel like you have a right to do when you're visiting someone else? Right? We have the infamous bathroom. Like when you're visiting someone, how comfortable are you going to the bathroom? How comfortable are you using the restroom? I'm talking about obviously dropping a deuce. Do you go to the restroom when you're visiting someone and drop a deuce in their bathroom? Do you mind when people come and visit you if they drop a deuce in your bathroom? Hey, we're talking about unwritten rules when you're visiting somebody. Me personally, guess what? The Onealien, he doesn't drop a deuce nowhere but his own deuce dropping spot. I don't like using any, but if I'm visiting you, unless I'm there for like 2-3 days, don't worry about it. I will not be in that bathroom on a long extended time. Okay. And quite honestly, when people come over, unless you're there for a certain amount of time, unless you got a stomach condition, you got the bubblies, you got something going on, then man, you can't just, that's like, I don't know what that is. That's private, or that's, I don't know what that is, but go take that, you can do that somewhere else. Bathroom. What are the unwritten rules on bathroom? When you're visiting or someone's visiting you, what do you expect? What is your policy? Right? What is your policy? One thing is, obviously, if you're going to drop a deuce, man, then you don't have to hide it. Say, man, this is what's popping off. You got some spray, you got something, man, let's help everybody out, right? but in my house, yeah, let's not. I don't do that. I won't do that. A lot of stuff, a lot of my philosophies, personal philosophies, are things that I wouldn't do. So quite honestly, I don't necessarily, I know everybody's not like me, obviously, but you know, I don't really want you to do things that I wouldn't do with you. I guess that's the easy way to put it. I'm not using your restroom. Yeah, let's refrain from that unless you absolutely have to. Manners. How about manners? When you're what is proper etiquette? What manners are we supposed to have when people? And when I'm talking about manners, I'm talking about. Let me think. Recently, I had some visitors, and one of the visitors, it really doesn't matter age or anything like that, but one of the visitors was, you know, as we're talking and conversating things, you know, they were posted up, sitting on the edge of the couch, the arm of the couch. I understand it's comfortable. I understand, you know, everything. I understand limited seating in some areas and this and that, but are you serious right now? Like, is that proper etiquette to go to someone's house and sit on the arm of the couch? I must be old school. I know my mama wouldn't let us sit on the arm of no couch. Plus, we just didn't sit on the arm of the couch, right? I would never, you will not, never say never. No, I could go ahead and say never. You will not catch me at your house sitting on the arm of your couch. I just won't do it, right? That's not the proper manners. You will not see me at your house opening up the fridge even to get something to drink. Even when you tell me there's something in the fridge, pretty much me specifically, I still don't like going in. That's your fridge. That's your area. That's you know, I don't know, until I get comfortable 2-3 times visiting or maybe something like that. Or you say, hey, John, grab me something. If I'm getting something for you, then I might feel a little more comfortable, but I don't go in people's fridge. I've had people come over and within 10, 15 minutes, I look over and the fridge is open. Like, what are you looking for? Like, whoa, hold on, stop. What's going on? Kindly close that. And what do you need? If you need something, I'm happy. I'm a host. I'm happy to get it for you. What do you need? What you don't need to do is open up any of my fridge or my cabinets, right? Unless you know me like that. And typically, if you're visiting and you don't know where something is, so you're looking for it in the fridge or in the cabinets, that means that means you shouldn't be in there. That's just me. Manners. What other manners? Sitting on the arm of the couch, sure. Helping yourself in the looking around in the fridge or the kitchen. What other manners? What other unwritten rules or things that I would never do at your house? I would never. This is a man thing, probably, but I would never sit in your special chair. Like a lot of men. I'm not gonna say every nor most. I'm just gonna say a lot of men, that I know of, and it could be females too, but I'm just saying in general, a lot of men have their chair, right? That's where they watch the game at. That's where they do this at, the movies at. That's where it's comfortable to them. It's sunken in to their booty, right? It's leaned back, all that stuff. That's their chair. When I come to a house, I might look at you and say, hey, you know, or if you say, go ahead, sit down anywhere, or anywhere. You sure? You know, cause I'm a man too, and I like comfortable chairs. So, but chairs, if you got a chair, if it's a special chair, if I could tell it's a chair, if I could tell it's a central command chair, if I could tell it's in the middle, it's got, you know, the cup holders or the remotes or whatever it is, dude, I'm not sitting down in a chair. It's good. I'm good. I'll sit over here. I'm good. I'm a guest. I don't even want to. I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to wish I could, right? I'm not going to grab a remote and start flicking the channels on someone else's house. Manners, man. What happened to our manners? I don't touch remotes unless it's my own remote, right? The concept of a chair, that kind of brings me back to the parent-kid topic. The concept of a special chair, daddy's chair, you know, parents' chair, dad's bowl, dad's special plate, special, right? Dads, men, sometimes we like to have certain things around our house, in our castle, that's just special for us. I don't consider that selfish. I just consider that honoring, right? And so we may have a chair. The funny thing is in my house specifically, there are times when My children have struggled with not sitting in dad's chair, for example. And not everybody's raised that way. That's all. Not everybody has grown up that way. And so they would always just sit in the chair, and I'd look at them like, I'd become the big bad wolf because I'd give them the daddy, mean face, right? Like, get out of my chair. Well, this is, you're not sitting in it. Well, it doesn't matter if I'm not sitting in it. It belongs to me. Like I don't need to sit in it. If I have a car and I choose not to drive it, that doesn't mean you can just go hop in and drive the car, right? The principle of the fact. Principle of the fact is that the king of the castle has a throne. Now, I'm not talking about the bathroom throne. I'm talking about, this is my chair. It fits me. It's the right angle. It's all these things that I like. And I don't see nothing wrong with parents having items that children cannot partake in. And it might be a chair. It might be a spot in the house, in my office. Nobody comes into my office. Nobody, unless I'm in there and they're coming in to talk to me or hang out or do whatever if they're invited. But the office is off limits. I got a chair that's off limits in general. Those are just manners, right? Unwritten rules when we visit people's house or when someone comes and visits your house. We talked about sitting. Oh, I got one. I don't know where it got lost in this new generation. I just know how I was raised again, and I know how what makes sense to me, and that is greeting. When you walk into a room, when you walk into a room, not when someone else not when you're already in the room, but when I walk into a room, there's a couple things that I feel like are proper etiquette and manners, and that is, number one, whoever is the owner of the room, I'm going to greet you. Whoever's the elder in the room, I'm going to greet you. Whoever's the female in the room, I'm going to greet you. And right down the line. Hey, I might look over at the rest and just, hey, how's everybody doing, or something like that, right? But this day and age, that man, I don't know where that's been lost. There's a lot of times when people have walked into a room that I've been in, and there was someone else in there, elder or myself or whoever, and there's no greeting, like no greeting whatsoever. Like someone comes into the room and just rolls about their business, right? Like, hello, hey, hello, right? I had to tell my son that with him and his friends. I'm old school, okay? You and your friends come up. The minute y'all walk in the door, the first thing you should be doing is greeting me, right? Greeting your mom, greeting your family, whoever's there, whoever's in the room, whoever is in your line of sight. They deserve, especially your elders, especially adults, especially if you're a child, a greeting. Hello, hi, how are you doing? Hey, whatever it is, an acknowledgement and a greeting, okay? I know that for a fact that 9 out of 10 times, that's what I'm going to do. And that's how I try to teach kids, my kids, and anybody's kids. When you walk into a room and other people are occupying the room, there's no way unless it's a meeting and everybody is paying attention to something, but there's no way you shouldn't say hi. Okay? When you come home from school, kids, say hi. Oh, hi. How was your day? Great. All right, cool. Awesome. Well, welcome home. Grab a snack. Let's whatever. Okay? But you come in and you say hi. Okay? You have friends or you have guests that are with you, kids, and you need to tell your friends, hey, when we come in the house, man, make sure you say hi to my mom and dad. Period. Say hi. Greet them. Say hi. How you doing, Mr. and Mrs. Onealien, or whatever it is. Okay? Manners. It's just etiquette. It's just what happened to our greetings? What happened to our respect? Right? Last one I'm gonna say. This kind of falls out of visitor realm and just kind of in general household stuff, etiquette, manners, unwritten rules. My rule, my principle, my philosophy is, okay, if you don't own something, if you didn't provide something, if you didn't supply something, then don't be the last one to use that something. Does that make sense? That's me. If I buy the juice and there is only one glass of juice left, then that's not to say you can't have it, but you need to look towards the owner and say, hey, there's only one glass of juice left. Did you want that, or you mind if I finish it off? Boom, finish it off. Cool, right? But sometimes people just, they will finish off the last, and so I never like to be the person, nor even more do I ever want me to be responsible for the person, owner who goes to look for something that belongs to them, and it is gone. It's not there. And who used it last? I did. I used it all up, and I didn't let them know. Hey, by the way, I don't even know what I can think of right now, but by the way, you know, that lunch meat that you buy, that's really good, man. It's nice and spicy. I love it. I love that buffalo chicken breast, spicy meat, whatever it is. I made a sandwich. I used the last of it. There's none left. Okay? Just let somebody know. We don't do that this day and age. Not all the time. Not in my household, you know. And I had to sit everybody down and say, look, if it's the last of something, just say it. You know, even on meals, even for meals, when you guys cook meals and everybody's eating, right? And, you know, maybe we barbecued and there's one burger left. Okay. It's just out of respect, man, just out of acknowledgement of the owner of everything, that of God first, who provided it, but then of the king who provided it, or the queen who prepared it, or the king who prepared. Look, I'm not getting men and women to calm down, but whatever happened, that is just etiquette. That's manners. That's respectful, right? Anybody else going to finish that last burger? I'm still hungry. I'm going to get it. That's my third one, but hey, I'm going to get it anyway. Whatever that is. There is no way on this planet you would catch me at your house finishing off anything without asking first. I just wouldn't do it. That's how I was raised. How were you raised? Guys, give me some feedback. Give me some feedback and let me know. These were a couple things that are on my mind this week. Talking about visitors, when I visit someone or when someone visits me. Talking about just general etiquette and manners around the house. How were you guys raised? Do you guys go in refrigerators? Does your kids go in your refrigerators? Is the kitchen ever closed? I mean, I was raised where the kitchen closed. The kitchen was open a certain amount of time. After that, the kitchen's closed. You know, after 7 o'clock at night, after we've eaten dinner and cleaned up, kitchen's closed. Like, you can't just go traipsing in and out of the kitchen, snacking or doing whatever you want all night long. That's how I was brought up, you know. Dinner served on the table. When dinner's served, dinner is served. You can't play 30 more minutes of your game and come down and grab your plate when you're ready. No. The kitchen might be closed. Plus dinner was already served, right? We already ate, right? All those things. You guys tell me about you, though. You guys tell me what you learned. How does that operate in your house? What are the manners? What do you see? What do you have to harp on your kids for? What is the craziest story that someone did as a visitor at your house? Let me know. At the Onealien show. Let me know on Facebook. Leave a comment. Let me know on YouTube. Send me a message. What I want to know from everybody, anybody who's listening to this right now, open up your app right now. Make a comment right now. Or send me a direct message right now. I want to know the craziest thing that you did in someone's house or that someone did in your house. Because I know there's some crazy stories out there. Let me think. What do I got? On my